I have a theory as to why we have so much cheap crap that just isn't as good as it used to be. Unlike this flashlight from Olight Arclight Pro, which I've linked below, but I think the reason why we have a lot of crap is because of debt and inflation. In 1971, we delinked the dollar from gold, and that allowed the government to just inflate the currency. If you ever look at like inflation rates prior to 1971 and thereafter, it's just like crazy after 71. And I think what that did is it just gave people a lot more credit. Basically, they just shoved a bunch of credit into the economy, inflated the currency a bunch. And so that made it easier for people to purchase crap and more justifiable to purchase cheap crap versus just buying something quality once. And you're like, yeah, buy once, cry once. But yeah, you can still buy quality items like this. It's not going to be the cheap stuff because this actually works. I like the Olight flashlights. I have three of them. I don't know where the third one went, but yeah, they're awesome because they're rechargeable USB. So it's not like you have a different cable for each one. Uh, each one uses the same charger. Very handy. Uh, UV, and you got a green laser. You can point that at a bunch of stuff. Not airplanes, but it is kind of that laser that you would definitely get in trouble if you did that. And I like it because this is a deterrent. Yeah, I live downtown Chicago, and there's just weird people out there. So yeah, having like a strobe like that to keep somebody at distance, great. Also, just a fantastic little light that gets very bright. So yeah, that's my theory that something like this, which is a bit more on the expensive side, used to kind of just be the norm in our grandparents' day versus like after maybe 71 when credit became so broadly available. It just made it easier for people to justify buying a cheap piece of junk that broke in 2 or 3 years because they could just go buy another one versus my grandparents' generation or your grandparents' generation. They had to make it like whatever they had owned, they had to make sure that it worked. And so that's my theory. What do you think? Let me know in the comments.